Torrential downpours since the start of the rainy season have triggered flooding that has killed hundreds and displaced hundreds more across West and Central Africa. The floods have also caused significant damage to infrastructure and land, as well as increasing the risk of disease and food security. And experts say that the worst is yet to come. Our next report tells you more.
This has become an all-too-familiar sight in countries on the fringe of the Sahara Desert. The annual trail of carnage left by West and Central Africa's monsoon rains. Experts say there is worse to come. Over the last few months, heavy rains have flooded every one of Chad's 23 provinces. In northern Nigeria, a dam burst with devastating consequences. Ancient buildings have been damaged in Niger's desert town Agadez. And amid that destruction, the human cost. More than 1,460 people dead, according to the UN Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs. Usman Tijani Sugi is the Director of Meteorological Observations and Forecasting at Chad's National Meteorological Agency. Some aspects of the flooding were unpredictable. Rains fell further north than usual. That flooded desert areas in Chad and elsewhere that usually see little rainfall. Gaping holes in infrastructure and official preparedness plans were exposed. However, that the downpours would be particularly heavy had been forecast in advance. Standing on homemade sandbags outside his house in Chad's capital N'Djamena, Dar Tubada Kadapia says that raises a question. Why weren't officials better prepared? According to a 2021 study in the Journal of Hydrology, the Sahel region is increasingly threatened by floods. Among the causes, natural climate patterns, greater rainfall intensity, and poor urban planning. The study described widespread havoc and devastation as becoming commonplace. That's as climate experts say, global warming has increased the frequency and intensity of rain. Africa's economic losses linked to flooding have also, therefore, been getting worse. $12.5 billion for the decade starting in 2010, according to a World Meteorological Organization report, more than double the average of the 3 preceding decades. In 2023, the WMO and other international organizations launched an action plan to improve early warning systems for impending natural disasters in Africa. Andrew Kruskevich is a senior researcher at Columbia University's Climate School. He said data shows that the vulnerable communities most in need of such warnings are often the worst equipped to act on them. Ia Kobler may well agree. Her fishing village in Mali was swamped with ankle-deep water after a river burst its banks. Some mud-built homes were destroyed. She's now sought shelter at this camp in the capital Bamako. Sat next to a makeshift bed, she says her family has lost everything.